Welcome to the Luke Woolems Show. Find out all about Northeast DuBois G baseball straight from the coach's mouth. This week's show is sponsored by Milligan Communications. The Luke Woolems Show is brought to you by the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications. Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and...
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
And welcome to this week's Luke Woolems Show. And Luke, last week you were 4-1, and you had the inaugural Mike Zare Classic. Why don't you recap those games for us?
Okay. Well, 4-1 was pretty good on the week. I mean, really you're looking at that week as a whole and going, if we can come out of this with a winning record for the week, would be great. I thought we could handle North Knox and Shoals, and we did. But then looking ahead, you got Linton, Bloomfield, and then the winner of, whoever, not knowing at that point, but either Evansville Harrison or North Harrison. And so Thursday night we get Linton Stockton at home, and Linton's a program got a lot of respect for year in and year out. They're right there in the thick of 2A baseball, and usually some very solid teams, and certainly this year no different. I know their record maybe isn't indicative of what they typically do, but they have a very good baseball team. Young coach up there, and he's doing a really good job with them. But we were able to get a win in that ball game, and Ty Cobb pitched a pretty good one for us, and we actually beat Linton in 5 innings. So, and that was good for multiple reasons. Obviously, you get the win, but it also gives you a chance to save some pitching for what would be 2 grueling games over the weekend. So Saturday morning we get Bloomfield in the first game, and Bloomfield has been in and out of the polls early in the season. They've got some nice wins, and we played pretty well, jumped on them early, and were able to stave off a late rally. In fact, they tied the game, and we ended up winning it in the bottom of the 7th. So with a 6-5 score. So we're set up to play in the championship game of the Mike Zare Invitational, the first annual, and we get Evansville Harrison, and Harrison has some big bats. They run well. They play defense really well, and they've got some good pitching. It was good for us to see those kind of arms. And they had an 8-1 lead going into the bottom of the top of the 7th, and we're able to, we just don't quit. We don't go away. We kind of pride ourselves on that. But we end up getting beat 8-4 in the championship game of the tournament. But it was a good day overall, great day for baseball. Had a good crowd up there, and it was just a great day to be at the ball field all day.
And you had the inaugural Mike Zare Invitational, and I'll tell you what, the thing about it is Mike Zare meant a lot to this area.
Oh, absolutely. It was neat for his son Alex to come up there and throw out the first pitch. His brother Jim came out on the field for that, and Coach Friedman did a good job of getting everything organized, and I thought we did a pretty good job of representing Mike in the best way that we could. And they were calling for rain all week for Saturday, Friday night, and Saturday. And about Thursday afternoon, backed that rain off, and I thought to myself all week, well, Mike will take care of us. We'll be okay, because the last thing you want to deal with when you're hosting 4 games on a Saturday is rain. And we did get about a 1-hour rain delay there and during the Harrison game, during the championship game, but it wasn't near the rain they got like in Jasper, where it did wash out Jasper's tournament. So we were fortunate.
So we're back on the Luke Woolems Show right after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Rosemark Communications.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at SWISportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and...
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
And welcome back to the Luke Woolems Show. And Coach, we're going to start a new segment today. It's called Ask Luke. I put it on Facebook for people to give me questions, and I got 4 questions, so that means people are listening.
That's great.
Okay, but I was promised not to give names out, so I'm just going to be able to give you the answer questions, and you can give me the answers, and then maybe you can guess who it is. No, you don't have to guess. But okay. The first question is, how do you prepare differently for the regular season to the tournament?
Well, I think number one, we grind through the first month or so in terms of practices and things, and they're very long practices. I always tell the kids it's like getting ready for a show. We're going to go that first 3 weeks till 6 or 6:30 every single night. And when you start it, those are 3.5 hour practices. So those are long nights. And I'd say if anything, as you get closer to the tournament, you're cutting it all back. Practices, not only do you want to spend less time on the field, but you're just more efficient in how you move about practice. If you say the name of a drill, the kids know the drill and they can get into it. They know the batting practice routine, and they don't have to run back to the sheet 3 times to see where they're supposed to be at what time. So there's those things. I mean, I think we probably we get as many reps, but maybe we're just a little more efficient about how we do it. You work on situations. You try to, probably more of your situations are more scripted in practice. So you're looking at, like there's times where I'll just have a list of things we're going to go through, and I call it out, and we get into that play set, from an offensive standpoint, and then we work against it defensively. So, just trying to prepare yourself for everything that you might see, but at the same time, these games come down to who makes routine plays, and so that's what we're working on.
Okay.
The formula doesn't necessarily change.
And that's question number 2 is, what were the team's goals to start the season, and what have been met, and what can you still attain?
Well, our team goal, just in general, is we want to be the best team we can be going into the tournament, and ultimately, we'd like to win a sectional, and we'd like to go to Victory Field. I don't think that's that's something that we talk about from time to time, and the V word gets brought up. But I think you as a coach, know what you want your team, know what they're capable of, and you know what you want them, where you want them to be by the time the tournament starts. And so it's not really a measurable goal in that regard. And I think you got to be real careful in the game of baseball, because you start looking at measurable goals, things can get haywire real fast if you're worried as a player, because you got individual goals, you got team goals. And if you start worrying about things like batting averages or how many stolen bases you get, or how many strikeouts, and then the game of baseball may not present the opportunities for you to get the numbers that you want in that regard. I know some players do that, but we've found that if we stay away from averages and worry more about quality at bats and are you barreling the ball up in a single at bat, that those are better goals than maybe some results oriented goals. So our goal setting is a little different than I think what people normally think of when they think of measurable goals.
Okay, question number 3 is, what has been the highlight of the season to this point?
The highlight of the season. I don't know. That's a really good question. We've got, I was thinking the other day, we've got some good wins under our belt. We started out, I guess for me, beating Heritage Hills is always a highlight, because that's my alma mater. I thought beating Perry Central is looking more and more like a really good win on paper. So those are both really early. Some of the scores that we've posted against teams that are pretty good would be, I guess, could be highlights. Go back to the Orleans game where we hit 2 grand slams. I think that was a highlight. We've had some really good defensive plays in the field. We've had some really good pitching performances. Honestly, though, I think I'm hopeful that the highlight of the season is yet to come.
And question number 4 is, what do you think of the sectional draw?
Well, I think we talked about it a little bit last week. I like the way it drew out. I like the fact that we get the shot at those guys with all of our bullets in the chamber, so to say. We don't have any guesswork as far as who's going to pitch a game before that or anything like that. You got to beat those guys to go the distance, and so why not get them right out of the gate and fire away?
Okay, and we'll be back on the Luke Woolems Show after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Roseburg Communications.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and...
And welcome back to Luke Woolems Show. And Coach, been another busy week, and they always seem to be busy weeks. Wednesday, you play at Springs Valley. Thursday, you play at Vincent Gervais. Saturday, you get to come home and finally play South Spencer. And then Monday, you'll play at home against Pike Central. Why don't you preview those again for us?
Okay. Well, Springs Valley, I think they've won 6 games on the year. And you look at their record and you say, well, they're struggling this season. But as the season has gone on, scores have gotten closer, and they've started to get a little better, defensively as well. So they're going to be a tough opponent for us. We've got to be ready to go for that one tomorrow night. We're going up there, so anytime you go on the road, you got to be locked in, you got to be focused, and you got to be ready to go. We go to Vincent Gervais on Thursday. I know that's a conference game for us. So obviously we want to get a win there and a chance to go 4-2 in the conference. And then Saturday we've got South Spencer, and South Spencer is a program I've had a lot of respect for. They went to state championship here wasn't too many years ago. They're coming to our place, and I think we beat them the last time they were up here. But like I said, it's South Spencer. They're going to be solid. Their record is not very good, and I'm sure they'd be the first ones to tell you that. But they're in a tough conference. They play very good competition. They played a lot of teams really close, so they're not going to be a slouch. I know that, and that program's got too much history and too much tradition and too much pride not to come up here and give us their best shot. And then Pike Central Monday night, I know that they've got a kid down there that can flat bring it. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but we saw him last year, and so Pike Central coming in, it's another chance to get a win, but we've got to be locked in. The record's not real good, but in that PAC conference, and they've played some close games, and there's certainly not going to be an easy out.
And the way it looks, you've got quite a busy schedule until sectional, and keep going, and let's get more victories this week, Luke.
All right. Well, thanks, Joe. I appreciate it.
You're listening to Southwest Sports Network, powered by Williamsburg Communications. We'll see you next week.
At MAD, we believe in zero. 0 fathers who aren't there for bedtime. 0 mothers who miss the first day of school. 0 children who never come home. We believe in 0 victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to 0. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in 0.
The Luke Woolems Show is brought to you by the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.